How you doing? Today I'm just a lonely man, but tomorrow I'll be a king. Blessing all my subjects, cast afar insecurities. Woo! It's a beautiful view. Look at that view out there, that ocean, the Pacific Northwest. Man, I love it out here. God is good. Oh man, taking a nice little trot around the block before I gotta go and get my daughter, the beautiful Princess Olivia, and go get Prince Sammy. That's my little baby queen and baby kings. Give them what they need. Love them to death. Oh man, I love that song though I was just singing there. It's called Why Have I Lost You by Cameo, 1978. Yeah, I was born, by the way, so it got a significant meaning there. Why have I lost you, right? Cameo. But it brought back a story I wanted to share with you guys, right, about a king. And this king was, you know, he was somebody with some clout. He did some big things, and, like, people know him. Just like the way we feel about Obama in the presidency, you know, and how people feel about him nowadays. But Obama don't compare to this king. This king here, he did some really substantial things and made a really big name for himself. And you know what? Even though that kind of even though that situation kind of came across as a reality for everybody, it was kind of bad in this form that, you know, he had some people that weren't grateful. We call them his subjects, right? For the lesson anyway. We call it this lesson. The subjects in this lesson here, they didn't really appreciate him, all the work that he did. And guess what? He got to the point where he realized that no matter what he do, and no matter how he bless them, how he take care of his subjects, they were not going to be satisfied with the end result. And he said, I need another way to get this message across because they're not listening. I'm done talking. I'm ready to start doing. Raise your hand. Raise your hand right now if you're trying to holler. If you want to be down with my team. Nobody will stand up. Everybody failed. Somebody tried. A few people tried, stood up. They failed. So the king was like, hey, you know what? I'm about to go ahead and create. I've created all this. I'm gonna go ahead. I've established this. I've put this rule into play, and look what we got out of it. I did all this, you know, in no time. I'm sure I can do one more thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna groom somebody. I'm gonna find somebody, and chances are I'm not gonna find them out here. So I gotta create them. So this king went to the lab and created somebody. He said, "This is my son." He got his son to come out. His son was young man, quite perfect in his eyes, but everybody didn't see him like that. He said, I'm gonna raise him up right. I'm gonna groom him. I'm gonna groom him to do the right thing. I'm gonna groom him to be able to handle fear. I'm gonna groom him to be able to handle rejection. I'm gonna groom him to be able to handle, failure and never giving up. Right? He want to make sure he knows that these things are gonna come because everybody else has faced it. And over time, eventually, people realized that this son was growing up to be quite the kid. People saw him for what he's worth. Pretty solid dude. But you know how that goes. Eventually, people get tired of it. They say, yo, I don't like that. I don't like that right there. He got to go. He making a big statement. He look more powerful than me. He got this old Rudy Poo job. Ain't really making no kind of money. He ain't got no clout, no power. But he got game. He studied, man. He know. He's wise. I don't like that. I don't like it at all. And eventually, you know what? The haters, they come out. And the haters were mad. The haters were mad. He said, we're going to go ahead and trap him. We're going to set him up. The big payback. We're going to take him out. Right? We're going to take him out. They eventually killed him. They killed the king's son that came to that community that came to that village to speak to the subjects that the king had been trying to talk to all his life. And while they sit up there, they didn't just try to kill him, they tried to torture him. They was like, we're going to set an example with this cat here. We're going to let him know that this ain't the way it's to go. Don't come back through here ever, ever, ever again. And this son was up there saying, Daddy, I didn't quit. I did it, Daddy. I finished it. I'm going to let everybody know. And he did that, and they hung him right next to some criminals as if he was one, and said that these criminals right here, all of them, they go into the same place. If you ever come in our village, try to represent and stand for something that we don't stand for, we're going to take you out. So the king's son came down and said, hey, I ain't going nowhere. Daddy had hurt. I can't go on like this, but I'm going to go on because it's your will and this is what you called me to do. And I'm going to keep doing it. But Daddy, you need to know I didn't quit. They lied on me. They cheated on me. They threw all kind of spit in my face. But I didn't give up, Daddy. I didn't give up. I hope you're proud of me. Oh, my goodness. And he wanted everybody to know that he wasn't no quitter. So what did he do? He yelled out, I finished. I finished. It is done. I'm finished, right? But he didn't just say it like that, right? He didn't just say, I'm finished. It's done, like turn the channel, right? He used a Greek word. It's like Greek carne. It's like past perfect indicative Greek carne word. And the term was tastelestai. Tastelestai. With his very last breath, he yelled out tastelestai. And tastelestai simply means, yo, I did something. I finished it. But the effects of what I did is going to continue on. It's going to continue on. I started something, I finished it, and the effects are going to continue on. Wow. And I love that story, right? I love that story. It was a wonderful story. Probably one of my favorite stories, man. The principles that's taught through the story, I can apply it to my everyday life. We can all apply it to our everyday life. Learn how to be a finisher, right? When we're dealing with hurt and rejection, tastelestai. Tastelestai. When we're dealing with financial hurt, right? Strength and stress going on in our life, tastelestai. When we got hardship going on in our marriages, within our families, tastelestai. Tastelestai. Say it. You can say it. Tastelestai. Right? When you're dealing with illnesses and pain, the doctors that gave up on you, they not the finisher. Tastelestai. We need to learn that word, apply it to our everyday life. Tastelestai. Tastelestai. I hope that was a blessing, man. I'm about to tastelestai this here run. Well, I've been walking for like the last 10 minutes, but I'm going to finish it off. Tastelestai it off with a nice little run for a few blocks. All right, y'all. God bless. I'm out.